Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Renuka. How are you?
I'm okay, ma'am. Thank you. How are you?
I'm well, and good to see so many of you. Kanupriya, hi. Lavanya, Malti, hi. Hi, Mitul. Hi,
Good
Murtaza.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Hi, Rati.
Good evening.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, Mariambi. Hi, Shiva. This Shiva is there. Hi, Shiva.
Hi, Shiva.
Hi, Shivaza. Good
Hi,
evening.
hello, hi.
Okay. So, how is it for all of you to be back here? I mean, after a month, getting online and seeing our faces. Come on, let's. This is not a formal. I hope you don't expect कि हम ऐसे सच में कुछ formal नहीं करने वाले हैं, right? So, Malti, how is it to be back after online in an online space with us again
Yes,
after
ma'am. Hi, ma'am. I think ऐसा लग रहा है कि something was missing. तो अभी it feels good to be back online.
Wonderful, wonderful. Murtaza, how about you?
Good, sir. Good, ma'am. Good.
Good.
अच्छा लग रहा है.
अच्छा लग रहा है क्या? अच्छा लग रहा है. अभी तुमसे प्रेजेंटेशन कराने वाले हैं हम, ठीक है? फिर अच्छा नहीं लगेगा.
Hi, Lupa. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, there's Lopa as well. And who else? Okay, there is. Hi, Kanupriya. So, how is it to be back?
Ma'am, I missed it. It was like a part of a routine till May, so
Yeah.
not feels empty.
I was actually thinking, ठीक है फिर हम लोग actually यही announce करने के लिए बुलाया है तुम लोग को कि the course has not got over, you know. So अभी next week we are starting classes and you all better start, and that's what we called all of you, collected all of you to tell you this, right? Renuka, will that be okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And now every class Shiva is taking a presentation. Okay, so that is now the new timetable. Every Monday, every Thursday with Shiva, and you are presenting something, and he's going to be giving feedback. So now they're all going to quickly start exiting Shiva.
Yeah, that makes me
Definitely,
sound
ma'am.
like
Wait for classes, please.
that makes me sound like a terror, actually. I hope I wasn't that bad.
Of course not. Hi, Yash. Yash, so have you been missing us, Yash?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. ये तो बोलना पड़ेगा ना. बोलो कि मैम लीडिंग क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो आप. How do I say no, ma'am? I'm having fun.
I don't want to say no, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Hi, Vartika. What are you up to?
Hello, ma'am. Yeah, I just took a good break also. Now started again on working on projects, revisiting all the things and learning more.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, great. So I just wanted to request everybody to, sort of just have their cameras on. We're meeting you after a long time. It will be wonderful for us to see you. And there's some people today who don't meet you often enough. So for them to make a connection between the face and the name will be good. So, it'll be really nice for everybody to just switch on their cameras, and and then we'll sort of begin pretty quickly. Prapti, hi. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. I'm good. How are you?
Yep, I'm very well. And what are you up to, Prapti, now? Now that the course is over?
Nothing much. I was taking a break, but now I'm kind of working on some briefs to improve my portfolio and stuff.
Very good.
Hunting for a job.
Wonderful. Great, great. Rati, where are you? I saw your name somewhere. I don't see your face. Rati, and how's Rati quiet, Soumya? What did
Hi,
you get?
Deval. I think
Right here, ma'am. Just
she's
preparing dinner. So yeah, simultaneously.
she's
लेकिन
warming
अपने
up for what's
graduation
to
में
come.
dinner क्या कर रहे हो? रति.
Just I'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't worry, I won't be quiet.
I'm counting on that.
Yeah, ma'am.
I also see Salma, Charu, Kanika, Mariamdi.
Yeah, Mariam.
Where are all of you?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Salma. Hi,
How are
Charu.
you? How are you?
Good. We're all good. We're excited to see you.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you too. You and Pranchi ma'am, Sachin sir. So,
I think in the interest of time, Pranjay, may we begin, please?
Sure. So, greetings and learners, founder and CEO Dr. Chadda, esteemed mentors and colleagues. I'm Pranjay from the Alumni Relations team, and it is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to each one of you to today's commencement program. The excitement and pride we feel today are palpable, with so many AND learners completing their courses and commencing or recommencing their career journeys. The entire AND team is brimming with admiration at your course achievements, dear learners. You have adeptly navigated the realm of online classes, crammed over group projects, mastered the art of muting and unmuting, and more seriously, produced some incredible work on your respective courses. Today marks a celebration of this journey as much as it marks the commencement of a thrilling new one. As we embark on the formal proceedings of this commencement program, let us carry a sense of camaraderie, accomplishment, and gratitude with us. Once again, a heartfelt welcome to each one of you. Let the celebrations commence. And what better way to do that than to listen a few words from the person who founded this institution and started this movement to transform the careers of aspiring designers across India and the world. With an online design education that matches or even beats the learning standards of offline ones. I invite Dr. Jitin Chadda, founder and CEO of ANDAcademy and an edpreneur of over 2 decades, to address the gathering.
Thanks, Panjay, for your generous introduction. As far as ANDAcademy is concerned, I'm just been really a catalyst. We have an amazing team which has done a fantastic job to put this all together, who all the learners have really experienced as the mentors. I have a presentation to accompany within, and I'm sure the technology will work. Let me know if the screen is visible.
Yes.
Right. Wish you all a very good evening, and thank you for taking out one last time an evening out of your busy schedule to be with us before we set you free in the real world. It's really an absolute pleasure to be part of the commencement program. Today, we are not here to witness the end of your journey. We are here to celebrate both the incredible learning journey you have completed and the exciting new beginnings ahead of you. As you stand at the cusp of starting a brand new adventure, we look forward to the remarkable career journeys you're about to embark upon. To the graduates, let me begin by saying we are so immensely proud of each and every one of you. Your journey at ANDAcademy has been a testament to your resilience, intellect, and commitment to excellence. You've overcome challenges, embraced knowledge, and demonstrated a thirst for learning that will undoubtedly serve you well in the future. Through your time at ANDAcademy, you worked on some truly remarkable projects. Design colleagues at IIT and other industry professionals I know have often remarked on the high caliber of work of AND learners, noting your dedication and the professional quality of your projects. Several top companies have extended offers to our graduates, recognizing this unique blend of skills and creativity that you bring to the table. I have here just a glimpse of our projects across all our courses, I mean, there are so many amazing projects. We could spend the whole evening just showcasing them. But for the paucity of time, let's just go through a handful of them. This is a graphic design learner who's created a brand narrative campaign. As you can clearly see, the stunning work that they have designed for a beverage brand for their social media, evoking a viewer's a strong sense of the desired nostalgia for the brand. Next is an interior design project, which is about a commercial interior project where the learner has drawn elements from the brand and transformed them into functional yet visually striking designs for a cafe. And here's a UXUIDesign project that a learner had created a digital platform for New Delhi's annual art festival. Their clever solution beautifully captures the essence of merging art and technology by proposing an interactive experience. And there are many such amazing projects that our learners have done. Besides the regular classes in the curriculum, you've also had the opportunity to broaden your creative horizon through various workshops, masterclasses, and other education opportunities that have been presented to you throughout your time with us. Many of you have participated in these, and I'm sure taken away learning gems out of some of the most incredible people who have had the time to share their experiences with you. We are confident that the skills and knowledge and experiences you've gained at ANDAcademy will guide you to successful future endeavors. You've also joined the prestigious community of AND ambassadors. Now that you've graduated, your journey with us begins as an alumni and as an ambassadors. As you step into the world beyond the virtual walls, armed with the education and skills you acquired here, I want to share a few thoughts that I hope will resonate with you on your journey forward. Firstly, never underestimate the power of continuous learning. The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and knowledge you've gained here is just the beginning. Embrace every opportunity to expand your horizons, stay curious, and be adaptable. Remember, learning is a lifelong journey. Secondly, let your passion be your guiding force. Pursue what truly ignites a fire within you. As you tread on your respective paths, let your passion drive your decisions and actions. It is the fuel that will keep you motivated, even in the face of challenges. Collaboration is another key pillar of success. The connections you forged during the time at ANDAcademy are invaluable. In the professional world, success often stems from collaborative efforts. Fostering meaningful relationships, value diverse perspectives, and remember that teamwork propels us further than individual endeavors. Furthermore, never forget the importance of making a positive impact. Whether it's in your professional pursuits or in your communities, strive to contribute positively to the world. Be mindful of the footprint you leave behind, and let your actions inspire others to follow suit. Resilience is a quality that will serve you well in both your personal and professional life. Challenges are inevitable, but your ability to bounce back, learn from setbacks, and keep pushing forward will define your success. Remember that you have undergone rigorous training here, and trust in your design process when going through tough times. Your foundation is strong and will guide you through the complexities of your career. As you move forward, keep these principles in mind and know that we are incredibly proud of what you've achieved and excited to see where your journey takes you next. As I mentioned at the beginning, the commencement ceremony is only a beginning of a lifelong symbiotic relationship. We look forward for you to come back to us and share what you've been up to. We would love to celebrate your achievements, whether big or small, with you and share the joys of ups and downs of your career. You can count on us for continuous career support and keep on coming back to the Career Services Division for advice or lateral opportunities. At some point, if you're looking at further upskilling or learning with us, we would offer generous alumni bursaries to our AND learners. and we'd be excited to have you back in the classroom. You can also have opportunity to tap into the design community. We will be extending all future design talks with our alumni, and you have the chance to come back and connect with the community on a regular basis. If you can take out time from your busy schedule, it would be great if you could also spare some time to talk to future design aspirants who might have been in your position when you started the course, and now you have a wealth of knowledge to share with them and perhaps guide them as to what is the best course of action for the learning journey at AND. Last but not the least is AND Social. It's our in-person gala get-together, which everybody's super, super excited. It's an opportunity to meet in person. We had one last year. It was a great experience. We were so excited to meet our learners and share, our interesting stories and opportunities. We hope to have one sometime soon later this year. Invitations will get rolled out well in advance. In closing, let me express my utmost confidence in each and every one of you present here today. You're not merely recipients of knowledge, you are the architects of the future. You're not just learners of ANDAcademy, you are ANDAcademy. As you step into the world, carry the spirit of ANDAcademy with you. A spirit of excellence, innovation, and a commitment to making a difference. Remember, you're also ambassadors to this institution. Represent us with pride. Showcase the values and skills you've acquired and inspire others by exemplifying the high standards we uphold. Your achievements and conduct will reflect on ANDAcademy, and we trust that you do so with honor and distinction. To the AND team, heartfelt congratulations and well done. Your dedication and invaluable support has played a pivotal role in nurturing these graduates into able designers that they have become today. Congratulations, graduates. I am so proud to declare that your design career transformation is now complete. May your future be as radiant as the journey that you have brought us to this important milestone today. Thank you and wish you all the very best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your words, sir.
So,
Thank you so much for your words, sir. They have undoubtedly inspired our learners further at this important juncture in their journeys. What sets AND apart and its design education is our emphasis on the design process, on digging deep design foundations that will help your creative careers to soar high above the ground. I'm confident that each one of you has experienced this rigor, this spirit of going much beyond just software, this training to think like designers, which will stand you in good stead for years and years to come, and will equip you to design effective solutions to real problems of branding, interiors, user experiences, etc. I invite you to look around on your screens, dear learners. Know that in this moment, you are surrounded by your biggest fans, supporters, and cheerleaders who takes immense pride in the outstanding work that you have created here at AND during this rigorous journey. As Jitin sir also pointed out, your work has garnered praise from design veterans and industry practitioners beyond AND's walls. So it is only appropriate that in today's program, we take a few minutes to recap and collectively appreciate some of this excellent work. Thank you so much, Soumya. Uh, as I mentioned at the outset, today is about celebrating your time at AND. And we have just seen one integral aspect of it, your work, but in true AND spirit. Let us now talk about and celebrate all the things that went into producing that work. The countless class sessions late into the night, the feedback from mentors, the highs and lows of working through your project briefs, the submission of assignments, compiling of portfolios, and so much more. Now, I would like to invite our amazing academic team to take over and take a walk down memory lane with our learners.
Okay, Soumya, I'm going to get you to start. So we've done all the serious part. Okay, Jitin spoken his words of wisdom. Pranjay has done his nice introduction, and he's done all of that. But all the academic team and the students know that that's not how we do our classes, right? It's not so serious, and it can't be so serious. Otherwise, all of us would have been dead by now, right? So the next 1 hour is going to be not any of this formal and serious thing. But for that, you know my deal that your cameras have to be on, because we need the academic team needs the energy, and that energy comes from your faces. So let's have some energy, and then you will see Soumya in her and Tavleen and everybody else in their full element, right? But if you're going to see these blank screens, then we don't talk to alphabets, right? So let's get going, and Soumya, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Prachi ma'am. I think Pranjay rightly said that, there's a lot of fans and cheerleaders on this call today. And today is all about you, celebrating you and celebrating your success and your journey. So I think we'll just like to invite all of you to share your experiences. To begin with, I would want Kanupriya to share her journey. For the rest of you who are meeting Kanupriya for the first time, Kanupriya comes from a background in finance, and she's done some design for textile and print. So from there to graphic design, Kanupriya, how has the journey been for you? Would you like to share?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, actually, before starting the course, I was very skeptical because softwares were not my thing. I mean, and before starting this course, I thought graphic design is all about softwares. But then eventually, when the first module started, then I realized it's just not about software. Software are the last thing. You need to understand design principles. And the best thing about the classes were that they were interactive, that they were not like a monologue lecture, like we are just listening and not speaking. And I thought it would be a boring sessions, but eventually I used to look forward to the next session. So that's how it has been for me. And something I really loved is the mentoring sessions that we used to have, because when mentoring sessions used to have, it was an individual session where you get to talk to a mentor directly, and those few minutes were very crucial, very important, and satisfying to actually talk to your teacher directly and get the feedback and go ahead. So I loved those mentoring sessions the most, and I made some really good friends as well in the class. She's also here, Mariambi. I'll miss her really, because I used to talk to her regularly while we were attending classes. So that is something. Uh, I made friends. I met new people. So this year has been really amazing when it comes to graphic design, because now I'm like, oh, has to be done on a software. I'll be able to do it. I'm not scared of digital aspect of design now. So thank you very much for making this journey so beautiful for me.
Thank you, Kanupriya. Mariambi, you're also here. Would you want to add to what Kanupriya has said? Your powerful all-woman batch. How has it been for you, Mariambi?
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Good evening to all. So yes, I miss Kanupriya too, because whenever we end up in the same group, we were so happy to do a project together. And yeah, I really miss talking to her.
Right. Mariambi, it would be nice to see your face also. We all remember you through your work, the beautiful work that you've put up throughout the course. But no pressure. Whenever you're comfortable, do come on camera, say hi, and then go back off. It'd be nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of something, that's all.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so actually, Soumya, I wanted to, sort of take this conversation a little forward. That Anupriya mentioned that, she thought that this is going to be a monologue and one-ended, conversation and all. I actually wanted to open this conversation for everybody. Anybody who wishes to share, so you can just raise your digital hand so that we all don't speak at the same time. And just raise your digital hand and one of us will, sort of moderate it. But I want to hear from all of you who are here, all learners. What did you expect from an online classroom and what did you actually experience? And feel free, I mean, even if it seems wacky or whatever, just share it. So anybody, what did you guys really expect from an online classroom and what did you finally experience? And if you don't volunteer, then I'm going to start picking out names and I'm going to ask you guys to share. Who would like to share, please? What were your expectations from an online classroom and then what did you get? Yash, chalo. Let's hear from Yash.
मैम लाइक एक्सपेक्टेशंस की अगर मैं बात करूं तो एज सच मेरे एंड पर मुझे लगता नहीं कि मैं किसी चीज से इतना कुछ एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ, ठीक है, व्हेन इट कम्स टू लाइक ऑनलाइन और आइदर ऑफलाइन. बट हाँ, एक वो यू नो लाइक वो रहता है, लाइक स्टार्टिंग में काफी सारे आई वुड से डाउट्स या फिर मैं बोलूँ थॉट्स रहते हैं कि कैसी चीजें होंगी एंड दैट रैंडमनेस इन योर हेड कि कैसे चीजें होंगी और भाई कैसे चीजें भाई सर्कुलेट होगी, क्या मैं उस पर अडेप्ट कर पाऊंगा नहीं कर पाऊंगा और मेरे को अडेप्ट करने में कितना टाइम लगेगा. तो ये सारी चीजें रहती हैं हर किसी के दिमाग में, राइट. तो मेरा भी सेम था. आई गॉट द सेम थिंग्स इन मी, बट व्हेन लाइक टॉक अबाउट कि हाँ हाउ थिंग्स वर, तो थिंग्स वर आई वुड से प्रीटी स्मूथ फॉर मी कि हाँ मतलब ऑनलाइन इतना कुछ ऐसा रहा नहीं भाई. लोगों के साथ अच्छे से काफी कम समय में वाइब मिल गई एंड थिंग्स वर गेटिंग गुड. सो या.
Okay, Rati has raised her hand. Yes, Rati.
So yes, I have been like and ke pehle there were multiple places that I used to even at work and study COVID mein online classes. So it was like कि यार I'm done with this sitting it in front of computer and just listening and it got so monotonous that at one point I stopped listening कि कौन सामने वाला क्या बोल रहा है. And I used to use my phone or something like that. But with and it was like कि okay Rati, let every like other person have the chance to speak. It was that interactive class. And then I used to really love how we have those group discussions and then coming into huddles. It was not limited to class में ही तुमको सिर्फ डिस्कस करना है टीचर के साथ में या फिर कुछ पूछा है तो तुमको आंसर करना है. It was more like everyone put their view and then even you can debate on it or you can even I remember sometimes we used to have arguments. It was like कि नहीं तुम ऐसे नहीं बोल रहे हो, ये गलत है ये, and it was very interactive and actually it only I would say कि physical आप एक space में नहीं थे. So that was the only difference I could feel कि okay you're not there to physically present. Otherwise emotionally, mentally and psychologically everything like it was everyone was at same place. So yeah, that was super fun. And yeah again that एक परसेप्शन बना होता है ना ऑनलाइन क्लास है तो मजा नहीं आएगा, सिर्फ सुनना पड़ेगा या ठीक है तुमको हाथ रेज करना है एंड देन यू हैव टू आंसर एंड ऑल ऑफ दोस थिंग्स. बट इट वाज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट वेयर यू वर पुश्ड टू स्पीक. इवन जो नहीं भी बोल रहा होगा ना क्लास में तो उसको भी पुश किया कि ठीक है यार तुम भी बोलो. एंड आई रिमेम्बर देयर वर स्टूडेंट्स जिनके ऐसे अल्फाबेट्स होते थे एंड देन एंड ऑफ द term we could see their faces and they were also discussing and talking. So that difference is huge for them I guess, because I know myself, I talk a lot and I speak a lot and then people need to shut me up, but it is very good for those people who are not able to speak, who are not that confident. So maybe this screen thing and class all brought up that confidence ki theek hai, I can also speak in front of 10, 15, 20 people.
Wonderful.
Later they can, build all those things.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, we'll have a lot of other things to discuss. Just want to get a quick sense from somebody from either UX or interior. Malti, do you want to just quickly share what were your expectations from an online classroom, from learning UX? What did you expect from UX and what did you actually encounter?
मैम फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लाइक मेरा जो एक्सपीरियंस था, मतलब जो मेरा फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो एक्सपेक्टेशन था वो तो टोटली डिफरेंट था। मुझे था कि ऑनलाइन क्लासेस है, ज्यादा इतना हेक्टिक नहीं होगा, जस्ट आपको क्लासेस अटेंड करनी है, ऐसा स्मूथ सा ऐसा प्रोसेस रहेगा। बट लेटर ऑन जैसे जैसे जर्नी स्टार्ट हुई एंड के साथ और कोर्स के साथ, और जो मेंटर्स ने काम देना शुरू किया और डेडलाइंस देने शुरू की, और तब तो मतलब वो पूरा टोटली जो मेरा एक्सपेक्टेशन था वो चेंज हो गया पूरा। फिर तो मतलब कितना जो मेंटर्स से सीखने को मिला और जो फीडबैक्स मिले उस पे अपने अंदर की जो हमारी जो कमियां थी वो पता चली और फिर उस पे काम किया। एंड फिर जो मेंटर्स थे, आप हो गए, शिवा सर स्पेशली, उनसे बहुत सीखने को मिला। उनके जो बाकी की क्लासेस थी, मास्टर क्लासेस जो अटेंड की, एंड ओवरऑल मतलब वो एक्सपेक्टेशन तो काफी डिफरेंट थी रियलिटी से। I would say that.
Good change tha, bad change tha.
It was no. Change, yes, definitely.
Yeah, I know. I keep telling this, Shiva, to everybody. Whenever I interview them, I tell them that we are very intense and we are very demanding. They all take me lightly. They think that, okay, I wish there was a way to quantify this. I would tell them कि 10 kilo वजन, like it's going to be 10 kilos. Because they all tell me कि हाँ, ठीक है. And then later, the intensity just gets. So let's hear from maybe somebody from interior. Nikita, would you like to share? You can.
Oh yes, sure. Just give me some time. I'll just turn on my video as it.
Yes, please do that. Yes.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Yes,
Everybody,
Nikita.
it is so good to see you people again.
Yeah, wonderful. So tell me, what were you expecting before the course and what happened after?
Honestly, since I've already been telling you people that I was already into the stream of interiors, I was working with my husband. I wanted to have a degree, degree sort of stamp कि नहीं मेरे पास भी है. I have also done interior course. So actually when I pursued this course, तो idea यही था कि एक degree मिल जाएगी, हो जाएगा, एक stamping हो जाएगी, काम तो कर ही रही हूँ मैं, experience तो है, ये हो जाएगा. और उसके पहले थोड़े थोड़े छोटे छोटे कोर्सेज इधर उधर से अटेंड कर रही थी ना. आई थोड़ा थोड़ा छोटा छोटा कर लिया कि चलो इसका नॉलेज हो गया, इसका नॉलेज हो गया. बट एंड से मतलब ज्वाइनिंग का इतना एक्सपेक्टेशन था भी ऐसा कि पता नहीं थोड़ा बहुत कुछ सिखा देंगे जैसे बाकी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस सिखाती हैं. इधर एवरीथिंग वाज सो स्ट्रक्चर्ड. तो अभी मुझे समझ में आया कि इतना स्ट्रक्चर्ड फॉर्मेट में लर्निंग होता है. अभी तो मैं इसको जस्ट कोर्स करके कर रही थी. Then I realized no, this is not just a course. Everything is so structured. And in fact, especially, in December, I met an accident और मेरा मन भी नहीं था continue करने का. But then when I look back at the learning what I got, तो मुझे लगा नहीं, I should surely pursue ahead. और फिर डिप्लोमा के लिए I planned. I went through और सब कुछ बहुत अच्छा था. इनफैक्ट जो हमने किया कमर्शियल मॉड्यूल में, जो लर्निंग related to flooring, related to ceilings, I never expect that great information and that great deal of information. अभी तो जो जहां से थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ते थे ना, वो थोड़ा थोड़ा ही नॉलेज मिलता था. अभी it was such a elaborated knowledge. And I still remember जब मैं डाउनलोड कर रही थी, क्योंकि मैसेज आया था अनबोर्डिंग प्रोसेस का. I was just going through. तो मुझे लग रहा था कि यार we have learned so much. इतना कुछ है यार, मतलब इतना कुछ कराया है. And we have put so much into it. And now when I realize कि यार we have learned so much, so I really feel grateful कि यार एक structured course करना always makes a difference. Then doing those small online courses everywhere from.
Wonderful.
It was a really nice experience.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Nikita, for saying all of this. and for recognizing the structure and sort of celebrating the structure. I can't tell you how many times I hear anti-structure statements that, you know, learning needs to be in a free space. Actually, the mind needs to be free, but the structure actually gives, not many people realize that structure gives that freedom to the mind to really play. So thank you for mentioning that. And yeah, I'm glad
And
that
for me, I was like most of the time I was traveling. I mean, like every time there was a class, most of the time I was on the site and all. फिर going back to the recording, पहले teachers भी बोलते थे कि going back to the 3 hour recording is tedious. लेकिन when you realize now you're getting something out of it, you sit for 3 hours and you go through those recordings and you see them again.
wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to
That
play
is
your
only when the recording is you know, very well structured. Everything is very well structured.
I'm going to play your recording. I'm going to extract Nikita's recording and start playing it for some of my teacher training sessions, where I keep telling people that, you know, don't, if you generate value in your class, attendance will happen. There is no need for, you know, for anything else to call for that attendance. So I'm going to play your recording for that. But on that note, actually, I was curious to bring in Lopa. Lopa is here, and Lopa, you know, has been mentoring our graphic design part-time students. So Lopa, how has this journey been for you now? You know, you meet them on day 1 of the course, and now today they are graduates. Are you still around, Lopa? Where are you?
Yes, yes. Can you
Yes.
see me?
Yes, I can see you and hear you. Go.
Yeah, so this is actually my first time being in a commencement program. So it almost feels like, you know, I remember my graduation and now I'm seeing the batch graduating, the batch that I have taught. So that's a great feeling, I think. And I see some of them like Kanupriya, Mariambi, Sushmita. Those were the people that I have taught, and it actually feels very emotional. I mean, you know, being a student and then graduating and then actually teaching someone and then, you know, it's like yaar ye apne hai, matlab, you know, that feeling. So I think that's really great. I don't know, I don't have words, but I wish them all the best. And I'm sure that, you know, they will do wonders in the market.
Yeah.
They've all taught them very well. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to bring in a little bit of this, maybe an emotional angle to this also. And but it is, for me, it is practical as well. You know, so many times we think that the outcome of education is going to the industry, working, getting a job, employability, and that's what we talk about at And, also transforming your career. But you know, at the end of it, education and learning is all about individuals. And if there is transformation within an individual, that transformation is going to expand into wherever they go, you know, in life, in career, in job, or whatever. So I mean, we use the word or the phrase transforming your career, but because transforming your life will be too big a claim to make, and I don't think we'll be able to move forward by taking that responsibility. But I think, Lupa, what you were saying and what I was connecting it to what Nikita said, and you know, everybody else, even Rati, when she was saying that, you know, there were people who would not speak to begin with, and later they learned to speak, or whatever, they got confidence to speak. Or I think that transformation is within you, and once that transformation happens within you, then you go out and do things differently in the world, and that's what brings the transformation in the career. So yeah, and I'm glad to hear that from the few learners that have shared so far, but we'll get on more. Tavleen, I just wanted to bring you in, and yeah.
Yes, it is so wonderful to hear everybody's experience. And I think this point, we feel so glad and emotional at the same time. So here I am reminded of my like last minute I took Harshdeep's interview and she was like, Mama, please just let me in. I'll complete it. I'll just complete the entire course. And she was already late. So I really want to invite her and ask her how was your experience, Harshdeep, and how was it for you?
Hi, Tavleen. Thank you so much. I think the experience has been great. It has been very transformative, as the Prachi ma'am rightly said. Ki everything is related to, by the end, it has to be a transformation that happens within. And that's something that something that I take along for my journey forward. And even in the work that I'm doing right now, I know I have seen the huge difference. It was even within the time that we started presenting our work, we started learning new things about designs. And I think those things that when I started implementing at the work, which was kind of related, but yeah, it was something that helped me grow. And there has been a very personal and professional growth that I've seen within this time, which is something that I am very sure will help me grow further.
Wonderful,
Great.
wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, Harshdeep. And I think she's coming in from a background of event management and now transforming her journey from event management to interior design. I think, yeah, all the best.
Thank you so much, Tavleen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think that now let's try. Soumya, shall we get them onto Miro? How can we
Yes.
conclude a and session without going on Miro? Right? Our experience is incomplete. I see Prapti with a wide smile. I see Renuka with a giggle in her this thing. And we can't. Probably Miro doesn't know how we are using them in a classroom. But yeah, I think we can't escape Miro. So Soumya, maybe I'll share the link, and and you can explain in the meanwhile what they have to do. But I'll share the
I've-
link. I'll be your
I've
assistant in
I've
this.
shared the link on the chat.
Okay.
So you can all open the board, right? A little bit of nostalgia for all of you. We have two quick prompts for you. We want you to leave an advice for new and learners, right? We've also left some from the last commencement ceremony where people from the previous batch, this is what they had to say to new and learners or design aspirants. What is that one advice that you want to give to designers, right? New aspiring designers. So that's your first prompt. And you know the drill. I'm not starting a timer because this is not a classroom, right? And there's no time limit
We
to
might
it.
as well start a timer because otherwise, no. But good to see that people are there, and yeah, please leave these notes. So we got a lot of such notes from previous batches, and we actually shared them with the so we have a new batch joining us in 2 weeks, and so we share these things with them. So please do leave some interesting notes for them. And it'll be wonderful for us to hear them or see them. Okay, I think everybody's just writing in the meanwhile. So while everybody writes, and we're going to just wait. If anybody just doesn't want to, is not able to go on Miro, you can just raise your digital hand and speak up also. And I'll be happy to put your thoughts on Miro. Somebody's added focus on practicing more and more. Do not stop on one idea or design, keep on iterating. Shiva, shall we be proud of that somebody has realized this after 6?
Yeah, but I would like to know how long also. But yeah, I mean, that's right. But if there's one point that while this is happening, there's one point that I want to add is I've been last month has been pretty hectic for me. I've been teaching in at least rememberably 3 design schools at 3 ends of the stuff: Gandhinagar, NCR, and then Kerala, Kannur. And one thing that I've got to tell you guys is that these are design schools, right? These are not cohort-based programs like what we have, cohort-based courses like what we have at ANDAcademy. And I would say the work that I have seen that come out of ANDAcademy is on par, if not way better than what I have actually seen out of that stuff that comes there, right? Like comes in that school. I think it's because of one key reason. It's because of accountability that the team, I'm kind of excluding myself outside and looking at the team that actually puts in, and the accountability is immense because teachers, unfortunately, is the least accountable possible profession. But when you feel the accountability that needs to be there is when you get the best out of teachers. It's like somebody who can sow the seed and walk off. That's one method of doing it. The other method is actually, singing to every plant that it grows well so that you can actually bear fruit at some point of time. And I think that is there in and that's very precious. So in one way, I think anybody who's actually kind of gone through the exercise of, and whether it's a mentor or whether it's a learner, I think we've been a part of this, which is absolutely brilliant. If we've got to contain one thing, if you ask me, what do we hold together? Like, this is an exercise we do. Probably we can do it after we do the stuff. If there is something that you got to stop in ANDAcademy, what will it be? If it has got to keep going in academy, and keep going in ANDAcademy, what is it? And if you want to start something in ANDAcademy, what will it be? If it's something that keep going, it is the accountability of everybody who's involved in teaching and putting this space together. I'm kind of starting this at the first point. Probably before we go, we can run that concept around, the start, stop, and continue concept, so that we can talk a little bit about that.
Wonderful. Yeah. No, I actually know what we need to start, but I'll talk to you, and that's a conversation. I know the answer to what we need to start. I really know that answer.
Actually, it'll be good to actually get from students too. I know that it's a place where we've got to look at the positives. I understand, but it'll be nice to kind of think about what do we want to stop. What is probably something that we can course correct? And we will talk about what is good and what we want to keep, right? But that'll be a good thing to do too.
So yeah, maybe everybody can share. That's a good cue. 2 good cues that 3 actually good cues that Shiva has put up. What would you like us to stop? What would you like us to continue with? And what is it that you would like us to start? So 3 things. And you can raise your digital hand. You can put it in the chat. We'll be very happy to. I always keep asking them the middle question, Shiva, what we should continue. I keep asking them in the reverse. I say that, tell me that one thing that I should not take out of and, it's the same thing what you're saying. I keep asking them that, ke ye mat hatana, aap sab kuch change kar dena, but don't change this. What is that one thing you will tell me? So, yeah, happy to hear from everybody. Come on. And keep putting it in the putting your thoughts on Miro as well. Parallelly, some very interesting things are coming there. Anybody would like to tell us what we can stop, start, and continue with? Anybody? No? Shall I start pulling out people and asking them about this?
The deal is you don't need to say all 3, okay?
Yeah,
One's good enough. You don't need to build the story to be one start, one stop, one continue. It's fine to actually have, if you think continue is the only thing you are coming up with, great. Well, let's end it in a happy note, but it'll be good to get a bunch of starts too.
I am going to put Tanya on the spot on this. Tanya, are you there? Tanya, do you want to just answer any one of the 3 things that Shiva has pointed out?
Yes. Hi, Prachi ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Of course. I think I would love for something to stay is the structure, because I love how it has been so properly structured and put on canvas so that students have a idea of what we are looking into and what are our expectations of from that module. Stop, I think what I sometimes feel is that um, not try to bring everyone on the same page, I feel sometimes, because everybody has different potential and strength. And sometimes I feel, like even the workspace, um, people try to bring everybody together on the same level, which I feel sometimes could be very challenging for others. And um, sometimes people with more potential can also be sort of losing on their potential of doing their best in the pursuit of coming together like on the same page with everybody. So yeah, these are the two things I like to continue on top.
Wonderful.
Very cool.
Anybody else would like to add to what Tanya has said?
Actually, even the mentors should. Lopa, you should also weigh in.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I would like to, sorry.
Yes, please. Yes, don't, Renuka, go ahead.
Ma'am, I would like to say that structure and the tracker, because tracker will help you to understand that, okay, on this point you are good at, and at this point you're lacking. So you keep, improving on the part where you are not good at.
Okay, and what should we stop or what should we start? Any thoughts? If no, then no thoughts. Okay, but actually what Renuka has said is exactly what Shivam talked about, accountability. When you talk about tracker, that's in some way accountability, and you don't realize it's accountability not only for the student, it's also accountability for the teacher. It's a great visual representation in one sheet for us, for that. Wonderful. Harshit has said continue with the structured model. Excellent. Lopa, you were saying something.
No, I said that I don't have the answer for the stop part, but I have it for the continue and the start part probably. But
Yeah, go ahead. So tell us, what do you think we should continue with and what should we start with?
I think continue part, I don't know, I mean, like whatever is happening right now, of course, the structure, mentoring session, someone really pointed out a very good point. Those are the times that we actually get to know the person also, and understand the thought process that's going behind the design, right? So that's really a good opportunity for us as mentors to know the learner. And I think, yeah, tracker, all of those things are very important and very crucial for us. But I think something to start with is probably, I don't know, maybe vague, but to give some extra, because a lot of students do reach out that, we want to know more about this. We want to know more, or, go into much depth of a particular topic or something. Or they read something somewhere and then come up with something during the class, and that shows that, yeah, that person is really interested. So probably giving some extra study material or something. So
yeah, okay, wonderful.
Ma'am, can I add on one more thing?
Yes.
Ma'am, right after the course, because now there is no platform where we can chit chat with, because team was the only option. But right after the course, we felt very left out because we were not a part of even one hurdle where we can chit chat or discuss, or we get messages, because we keep on receiving messages from Kajal. I'm so sorry for the.
Yeah, she sent you one message today also, na?
Yeah, today only we saw. But if there any way we can stay connected, even rest of our lives and students.
You make a very important point, and actually that's what I was going to tell Shiva when I said that I know what we need to start, and I know we need to actively work on community building. That's something that I know, and Renuka, you're making, not that the points that others have made, they're very valid as well. And I have always said this to you all, that I don't know when I will be able to do this, but I will do it. You know, I
Thank
don't
you.
have a date for when this will, or actually for that matter, every suggestion that has come in, and I invite everybody to write back to me whenever you have an answer for what can we start, what can we stop, what can we continue with, or anything else. Write to me. You all know that I take sometimes 24 to 36 hours to respond, and I'll take time, but I will read it. And it's my promise to you that this is going to happen. We actually tried Renuka in between something. It just didn't work for us. Anyways, but I mean, today is not the time to talk about those
No
in
problem.
between failures.
I'll wait for a community for ANDAcademy, so can be a part and be in touch.
Yes.
Prachi,
Yes.
I just
Thank
wanted to
you.
jump in on that
Yes.
queue.
Yes.
Irresistible to jump in on that queue.
Yes.
Renuka, thank
Yes.
you so much for bringing that up. We will actually talk more about exactly that in some time. So we're working on that already. But yeah, please do keep your ideas and suggestions pouring in. That will help us streamline what we're doing.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Charu wants to say something. Yes, Charu, please go ahead, share.
Yeah, I will say from my ma'am to be in the course. It will really helpful for every student because she is really sweet and nice. And in the I will say कि when I started the course, I will get some nervous and बहुत ज़्यादा वो overthinker ज़्यादा हो गया ना. मैम every time देख बहुत मेरे क्या होता है वो motivation वाला speaker बनती थी. So I will suggest to be with the Samay ma'am. She is really a great mentor. And second thing is the feedback. I really get feedback when the canvas. तो नेक्स्ट मॉड्यूल मेरा ऑटोमेटिक ऐसे बहुत ज्यादा ना मोटिवेशन बढ़ जाता है कि हाँ मेरे को इस पे काम करना है. तो मेरा यही फोकस रहता है कि नेक्स्ट मॉड्यूल में ये चीज मेरे को सही करनी है. इट वाज रियली ग्रेट. और जो पार्टिसिपेट करने का होता है कि चारू कम एंड से समथिंग इसके बारे में क्या है. डोंट स्टॉप दिस, कंटिन्यू विद द इंटरेक्शन वाला चीज बिकॉज आई एम द वन की रति ने कहा था ना कि चुप बोलते नहीं थे अटकन का बना वो आ गया. तो आई एम द वन की मैं बिल्कुल भी नहीं बोलती थी. एंड कम्स फ्रॉम द वे कि मैं प्रेजेंट कर रही हूँ अपना काम या फिर कॉन्फिडेंटली बोल पा रही हूँ. तो या
Yeah,
Thank
wonderful,
you.
wonderful, Charu. And what a great journey you had. I mean, I have also seen your journey, and I will always remember that one PDF that you sent to me, which was sent, and that I will always remember. That was a great effort
Cheers.
that you. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yash, go ahead, please.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I think what you guys can start is like a Discord server for the community. I feel like कि वहाँ पे people can get connected and share resources and can still form like a community or something like that.
Yeah. Yes, good suggestion. Thank you. Thank you, Yash. I actually wanted to bring in Kirti. Kirti, how has it been for you now? I mean, you can also share what your thoughts about your experience of teaching and or what we are discussing, what to start, stop, continue, and then carry on from there, passing on the baton to you.
I think for me, I will continue to be a part of ANDAcademy because I'm a new addition and I'm really enjoying it. I'm I'm really elated to see how everybody is sharing their experience and how they're coming from different walks of life and how it has really transformed and the way they're talking and the way they are presenting right now. Also, even on the Miro, I could see like it's a drastic change in in a short span. I would say it's like commendable job done by you all. And I think like I mentioned, that I'm a new addition to the graphic design team. And I'm closely working with the full-time students. So I think I want to know more about your experiences, like know a little more closely, and who would be the better person than the class representative. So yeah, I would like to invite our class representative, Prapti, to share a few words from her experience. And I've heard from various mentors and instructors that you've been instrumental in fostering the unity that made your batch so special. So the floor is yours, Prapti. Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, thank you for such a praise, but I don't think so I deserve that. Although I really liked about and is ki we had really small batches. It was mostly 10 to 20 people per batch, and it made it very easy to communicate with each other and also to keep interaction, one-to-one interactions with the teachers. For example, if the batch would have been a much more bigger, अगर 30 to 40 people का batch होता, then one-to-one conversations में पूरी class निकल जाती. But because we had smaller batches, the understanding was clear. There was a bit stronger bond, I would say, that thing. And when ma'am asked ki, what should we include, I was just about to say ki maybe we can include some more interactive sessions with other batches or other courses, so that we get, to expand our connections maybe, or to get new perspectives and everything. And yeah, it was a very exciting journey for me because I actually joined this program to, jog up my creative side of the brain after leaving the journalism part. But then having worked for more than 2 years and then going back to the college for a full-fledged PG program, it wasn't a really great idea. And then when I came across the diploma program, which was kind of giving me the perfect solution, not only it was of a short period of time, it also coached me for various things and also promised me a job guarantee. Most importantly, there was this very unique concept of breaking off a course for certificate or continuing for a diploma that was very interesting, and it was really something new that I hadn't seen anywhere else. Yeah. So it was like if I didn't like the program, I could just leave with a certificate in a half a year with quite a number of skills. And so without any second thought, I just jumped right in. But being an online program, I honestly thought that it would be more like conversations through mails, pre-recorded classes or stuff like that. But the kind of interaction classes we had was something that I didn't even think of. We had online classes, presentations, arguments, discussions, and a close-knitted class of 10 to 12 people, mostly because, yeah, not everybody was close-knitted. And it was so smooth, but so fast. We were continuously learning and improving, a better designer than the last module, than when we joined, and then the last term, and so on. Classes were thoroughly planned. Teachers were more like mentors or friends than typical Khadoos professors. And assignments kind of made sure that we are on track and understood the process and everything. It was like, even if there was a hiccup, Prachi ma'am would say, just keep learning and everything would make sense. And it actually really happened with every passing module. So what I really take away with me is not only the teaching, is not only the learning or the process or all the techniques, but also all those sleepless nights that we spend working on challenging projects, calling each other up and saying, bro, yaar, help kar dena, please, dimag band ho gaya. And then with a shared playlist of songs and some jokes here and there, the time passed and we completed our assignments on our own. That was really very fun, and that was something ki, pressure के अंदर या stress के अंदर designs कभी नहीं बनते. You have to have a calm mind, you have to have your research, you have to have all your material and everything. Yeah, so, and I think the turning point was the feedback sessions, especially the brutal feedbacks at the end of final presentations. It was like any little attitude or any ego we had just crumbled down, and the doors of learning something new opened every time we took in a constructive feedback that challenged our design approach. It actually taught me the importance of embracing criticism as a tool for growth, and constantly pushed the boundaries of my creativity. So that actually changed how I approached my design problems. So yeah, that was it. But being an artist and now a designer is kind of really different things for me. Being an artist, I just thought ki, it's just some sketches, some colors here and there, and some structures and everything. But then design is really very structured. It's like a combination of both art and science. There is problem solving, there is some communication happening, there is something or the other going on, and just not pure art which other people comprehend on their own. So it was a very nice and rememberable journey for me, and I think my whole class will agree on it.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah.
I think it was so nice to hear from you, and I've not taught you, but I've not been associated with you, but I feel so proud. So I'm sure how I can actually imagine how Soumya is so proud of you already. So all the very best.
With this batch, all the mentors who've taught them have had a different kind of a bond with your batch because you've all been so, interactive, so articulate. You've engaged all of us in really interesting discussions. So thank you for the year, for the good year that you've given all of us. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I think now we can ask a very, this is an open question for everybody, and I'm sure everybody would like to answer this, that what do you think was the most challenging aspect of the course, and what was the most exciting aspect? Everybody can share it on the chat box. If anybody wants to unmute, they can share.
I'm really interested to hear what was the most challenging aspect. Because exciting to bahut sara bhi maine sun liya, but I really want to, who wants to share what was the, Vartika, you will share. Vartika, what was the most challenging aspect and what was the most
The most challenging aspect is to balance both the office and the course. That was the most challenging because sometimes office work was hectic and here also it was hectic. But it is fun. It is fun. And the best thing is that our mentors and our teachers push us for doing journey. I've learned so many things. I also understand my pain points, my best part, and all those things. And the best part is the process that we dive into, because that will always be there inside the mind, because we did practical exercises onto it. So all over the journey is like this, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, and now it will grow. Thank you, Ant.
Wonderful, wonderful. Who else would like to share what has been the most challenging aspect? Vishaka, would you like to? Or Shreya, maybe Shreya Trikala. Would one of you like to share what has been the most challenging aspect for you? No? Silence on the other end of Hardik. Hardik, let's hear from you.
मोस्ट चैलेंजिंग वाज इन द बिगनिंग मेरे को ऐसा लगा था कि मैं वो जो क्रिटिसाइज करते थे तो थोड़ा मैं आई वाज वो उससे थोड़ा वो हो जाता था काम करते टाइम की, वो फील कर जाता था कि नो ये तो यार गलत है, ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए। बट फिर मैं रियलाइज किया कि नहीं, हमारे भलाई के लिए बता रहे हैं उसको। पॉजिटिव में आई हैव रिटन इट आल्सो इन द मिरर बोर्ड सेम थिंग आई हैव रिटन इट।
मैं तो
तो वो
सोची थी
चीज
हार्दिक तो मुझे बोलने वाले हो, प्राची मैम आप सबसे ज्यादा चैलेंजिंग थी। आप जब नहीं आते थे तो मेरी लाइफ ठीक थी। आप जिस दिन आ जाते थे क्लास में उस दिन चैलेंज हो जाता था मेरा। आप मेरी टांग खींचते रहते हो हमेशा।
अरे
हाँ,
नहीं नहीं मैम, वो तो बता नहीं आपने।
तुम्हारा कितना लेग पुलिंग किया मैंने। but go ahead, Hardik, please go.
And the second was the same with Vartika, managing both work and classes. But it was fun. It was nice.
It was challenging but manageable, huh?
रात को बैठ बैठ के काम करते थे, एक दो दो बजे तक, तीन तीन बजे तक।
तुमको इतना बताया मैंने कि बैठ बैठ के मत किया करो, तुम खड़े होके काम किया करो, काम फटाफट होगा तुम्हारा। तो तुम बैठ जाते हो ना, ये गड़बड़ है। You have to work while standing. Hardik, okay. Who else would
वो भी
like to?
ट्राई करके
वो भी ट्राई करेंगे ना। रात को स्पेशली खड़े होके काम करना चाहिए, नींद नहीं आती है। Who else would like to share, please? I'd like to hear from some of our interior design students as well. Tavleen, can you help me prompt some of them who are here?
Yeah,
Maybe your voice will be more encouraging for them.
Nikita has already shared her raised her hand.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Nikita, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so Prachi ma'am, ideally I would say कि हर कुछ ही challenge होता था, अभी कुछ नया आता था ना submission का, so it was a challenge. But जब वो हो जाता था ना, so it used to give us a sense of completion. अरे ये भी कर लिया, everything which used to come up, चाहे juries हो, जब mid sessions juries होती थी. So जब सबसे पहली वास्तु वाली भी जूरी जब हुई थी, तो we used to feel यार वास्तु की जूरी में कैसे करेंगे, we'll have to go through everything. लेकिन फिर जब वो रोड ब्लॉक क्रॉस हुआ तो वी फेल्ट कि यार ये भी हो गया, एंड फाइनली इट गेव अस अ कॉन्फिडेंस. सो आई वुड से एवरीथिंग वाज अ चैलेंजिंग thing, but वी crossed that with your help. That was a bigger thing for us.
You did it on your own accord, I mean, kind of you to share the credit with us, but finally I do know this, that it's really the and I know that like actually learn. Sometimes people think that teaching in AND is difficult or challenging, but I know that to be a learner in AND is very challenging, as more challenging than being in a in-person full-time design school. And before AND, that's the kind of learners that I know. But I know this is very, very tough because work is there, family and responsibilities, and you have to balance those. You can't run away from all of those responsibilities. They're not optional, they are essential. And when you sit in the class at 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the night, you are actually sitting with a tired mind and sometimes tired heart as well. There may have been some disappointments during the day, or unpleasant things during the day, and at that time you're sitting for a class. So we are very, very aware of this, and that's why I say that every learner at AND is a courageous person, very, very courageous. Rati, go ahead.
So while the whole year it was really fun, I would say the most challenging part was when the classes were over, and then this was the time that it there was a huge void that cannot be filled by anything. Like वो जब 3rd of May our class was like खत्म हो गया, and then back on Monday, like it was Saturday Sunday, तो Saturday Sunday तो दिमाग में है क्या enjoy करना है, back on Monday यार class क्यों नहीं है, and then it was so tough क्योंकि class was so engaging, and then there is like graph is going, you are while submitting you are at the peak, and then थोड़ा break मिलता था, फिर वापस चालू हो जाता, लेकिन that was the sudden dip, and then everything was really boring, and yeah, it was not at all fun, and I used to miss it so much. And then बीच में ना that 15 minutes का कुछ session था सौम्या मैम के साथ में कि ठीक है सबमिशंस कैसे करना है, एंड आई वाज लाइक कि आई वांट मोर क्लासेस, ऐसे ही जो क्लास चल रही है उसमें बिठा दो, मैं कुछ नहीं बोलूंगी उसमें, बस बिठा दो मुझे आई जस्ट वांट टू बी इन द क्लास. तो मेरे लिए तो वो चैलेंज है, बिकॉज while everyone was talking, I was sitting and I was thinking कि क्या था and like सब में तो मजा आया, क्लास खत्म हुई वो चैलेंजिंग था. So yeah, and it made so hard to work on projects. जो फाइनल सबमिशन था ना, it was so hard for me कि यार नहीं मन नहीं लग रहा है, काम नहीं करना है, and at the like last week I did everything and submitted, but yeah, for me क्लास के
मुझे आज
बाद वो
रति has opened this mystery for me कि ये last final submission के time पे why all of you dipped down. I used to think कि अच्छा ये they are overwhelmed with the work. It's not overwhelmed with the work. ये हमारे गम में बेचारे काम नहीं कर
yes
पाते.
yes
ये
ma'am
मेरे लिए मिस्ट्री आज खुली है. कोई बात नहीं, रोज क्लास लगाएंगे तुम्हारी हम. क्लास करते करते तुम सबमिशन करोगे.
चलेगा, कुछ नहीं, आप तो क्लास में बिठा दो और कुछ भी दूसरी क्लास में बिठा दो, हम लोग कर लेंगे.
Wonderful. Thank you for that sharing again, Rati. And
Yes, ma'am.
Ishita, I want to bring you in. And Ishita को कल हमने ऐसे ही opportunity दे दी थी. Yesterday she was in the class after graduation. She was sharing her project with her junior batch. So, but Ishita, how has the journey been for you? Yeah, let's hear from you.
It was amazing. Like मैंने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था कि ये इस वे में टर्न आउट हो जाएगा. So basically like जब मैं इधर रजिस्टर कर रही थी इस कोर्स के लिए तो लाइक आई वाज गोइंग थ्रू अ लॉट ऑफ कोर्सेज लाइक आई एम टाइप ऑफ पर्सन जो बहुत डिटेल स्टडी करता है हर चीज की फिर जाके फाइनल डिसीजन लेगी तो यार तो मतलब द द one thing the major thing that kept me uh, kept me pulling towards ANDAcademy was that ki it is a part of IIAD so that was like कि अगर एक कॉलेज अगर एक डिजाइन कॉलेज का पार्ट है ना तो इसमें कॉलेज का सेंस एसेंस बहुत होगा सो या एंड मुझे बस वैसा ही कुछ चाहिए था कि जिसके अंदर क्लासेस रेगुलर हो रही हैं एंड ऐसा नहीं कि तुम्हें छोड़ दिया कि काम कर लो इवन इफ इट इज लाइव सेशन बट उसमें ना लाइक एक पुश होता है ना जब जैसे कॉलेजेस में एक पुश देते हैं तुम्हें करने के लिए सो दैट्स अ वेरी बिग थिंग एंड मैंने ये बिल्कुल भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था एंड हाँ ये मिल गया मुझे ये तो बहुत ही बहुत मतलब मनी हो गया ये तो एंड जब मुझे फिर ज्यूरी जब मुझे पता चला ज्यूरी है एंड आई यूज्ड टू थिंक कि हाँ असाइनमेंट दे देंगे एंड ठीक है पीछे से रिव्यू आ जाएगा ये सब तो देयर वाज ज्यूरी एंड ज्यूरी से पहले भी फीडबैक सेशंस सो बेसिकली इट वाज लाइक कि ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार में काम किया एंड इट वाज डन एंड ज्यूरी हो गई तो मतलब उसको बार बार रिफाइन करवाए इट फेल्ट लाइक कि मतलब स्टार्टिंग में बीइंग स्टूडेंट इट वाज लाइक कि चलो कर लेंगे बट आई फेल बट एक पॉइंट पे ना ऐसा लगने लग गया कि अच्छा मतलब टीचर्स ही इतना एफर्ट ले रहे हैं तो यार थोड़ा तो हमें भी करना ही पड़ेगा अब अगर टीचर्स ही इतना एफर्ट ले लें फिर तो हमारा पक्का बनता है एफर्ट लेना तो या मतलब एट वन पॉइंट एंड प्रोजेक्ट के टाइम पे तो जब वेंडर प्रोजेक्ट आया था हमारा एंड यूएक्स यूआई का एंड फिर हमारा एक वेबसाइट का प्रोजेक्ट था तो तब ऐसा हो गया था कि बस बहुत हो गया इतना ओवरवेलमिंग हो गया बट फिर उस टाइम ये था कि नहीं यार मतलब जब मैं पीछे का काम देखती थी अपना तो आई वाज लाइक कि ये यही सब सीखने आए थे एंड अभी और कुछ सीखने को होगा सो यू डोंट हैव टू गिव अप जितना है जैसे मतलब ऑफिस के बाद भी इवन इफ यू आर टायर्ड लाइक हेल यू आर टायर्ड लाइक हेल बैठ जा दिखा दे काम कर ले काम so there was one class I remember that day there was one day ki I was so tired at work like I was like running all over the office and when I came home and I was like ऐसे so like Akshay sir and Sakshi ma'am was like Ishta we can see you are very tired I'm very tired so they were like कोई बात नहीं it's okay you can go now we have given you the review I was like नहीं अब मैं बैठी हूँ ना अब मुझे अच्छे से रिव्यू दे दो मेरा because obviously you are also putting your a lot of effort so जब टीचर्स का एफर्ट्स इतना ज्यादा दिखता है ना तो मतलब खुद को ही होता है कि नहीं यार हमें तो उससे डबल ट्रिपल देने की नीड है so yeah
Wonderful. Thank you, Ishita. Thank you for saying that.
That was so nice to hear that students are, the learners are seeing our effort also. So it makes it worthwhile. Like we want to put in more effort so that it makes it worthwhile for the learners also. So I would really like to know from everyone that what is that one or some of the value, like, what do you value the most about your experience at AND? Like something that stood out for you or which is so valuable for you that you would want to take it forward? Like I'm so intrigued to know the answer for this.
And I don't want to listen to only, we've heard all of this interactive and this, that. What is that one thing that you value from this? Whatever, some of you have had a 6-month experience all the way till 1 year. What is that thing, that one thing that you treasure from this experience? And I'd love for the faculty to share also, because I think we also take, a lot of times people think that faculty gives. No, faculty also takes away something from this experience. So yeah, who would like to share? What do you value? And I love if everybody can just take the chat and write, because I don't want to just listen to 2-3 people. I'd like maybe everybody take 2 minutes, go back. We're almost ready to wrap up. There's not much. Finally, we are going to, sort of reach there. So just take a minute, everybody. And Shubha's put a very important and a very significant question. Just think about it and let us know, what do you value the most at AND? And yeah, put it in the chat for us. But I'm also going to pull out a couple of people to speak, those who haven't spoken till now. But I'm going to give everybody 30 seconds to just think about this. Including the teachers, what do you value? Okay, 30 seconds up. Neha, I'm going to put you on the spot now. Neha, where are you? Neha just left. This is what happens in a class also, yeah. Murtaza, can I tempt you into sharing, unmute and share with us? What would you value the most, Murtaza? No, my charms don't seem to be working today. Okay, Kanupriya, would you like to share? Maybe we'll come back. Kanupriya has written in the chat, and Yash has also written. Friendly support, Hardik has written. Wholesome environment, Yash has written. The design process, Kanupriya says.
Mama, remember that
Yeah.
when we had a session with you, you pointed it out that never to skip, never to take shortcuts or skip steps and reach to the conclusion, because it won't give you that refined design, that a successful design, I should say, a good and successful design. So that is something I always keep in mind now, that never to skip any step.
Wonderful. Rati says the art of letting go. Wonderful. Who else would like to share? Come on. Vaishnavi says constructive feedback. That's what you will value, and you will probably miss also. Kirti says the value of creating an engaging and supportive learning as a mentor. That's what she values. Who else? Tanya, would you like to share? Write it in the chat or unmute. And Vishakha, you haven't spoken. It'll be wonderful if you can. Salma, anybody? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put Soumya on the spot. Soumya, तुम्हारे तो बड़े fans हैं यार यहाँ पे तुम. What do you value?
It's a mutual fan club.
Yeah,
But,
I know, I know where they're coming from, and yes. So Soumya, what is of value for you in this
I
space?
think there are a lot of little things and moments. I think every day with every session, in a class, you see something happen with somebody, and it makes it all worth it, right? Because a lot of the times you kind of keep questioning, like why am I doing this? Why am I putting so much effort? Why do I want to study more? Yeah, jo bhi. So with every session, I think there is that one moment that sort of pushes you to do more, be better. And I think people at AND, the learners at AND come with so much passion and so much drive that sort of rubs on to all the mentors as well. So what I think Ishita just mentioned about the mentors putting in so much effort, I think it's true the other way around as well, because you see people constantly keeping at it. Lagi hote hai, they have their day jobs also. Like Ishita again mentioned that she'd be sat tired after a long day in a class, and that sort of pushes you to go a step further and go beyond for the learners and their efforts.
Wonderful. I mean, since we are just almost about to wrap up, I want to throw the same question to you, Tavleen. What is it that you value in this relationship or in this experience?
Yeah, so I think for me, there are days when even I feel low that, whatever I am giving in or whatever time that I'm giving in, is it even worth it? Then, sometimes some students, when I see the growth, that where did they start from and where they have reached, this is something that when I see that, okay, there's some part that even I could contribute in their journey. So that is something that really keeps me motivated, that at least if I'm able to contribute a bit of it, then I think my life is valuable and this journey at end is valuable. So yeah, I think that is for me.
Lopa, would you just want to add anything?
I think I would sum up what Soumya said and Tavleen said. Actually, I was about to say that the journey that and because in the first module I see them struggling with the basics of Miro, how to open, and boards getting deleted, and now that I see their portfolio, I think that journey from that to here, I think that is something that, and I actually remember their work. I was actually, because I've seen so many students work, but some of the things stay in your mind. I was just by mistake I opened someone else's board the other day in Miro board. So they, oh, acha, this is that student's work, and that thing that okay, that's the kind of impact that the students leave in our life. Their work stays with us. So yeah, that's special for me.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, the last sort of 1 hour has been truly nostalgic I think for all of us. And I just wanted to take a moment to, while this is all about the achievement of our learners, but I do want to talk about the forces that are behind all of this. And I want to thank all the mentors who have, some of them are here, a lot of them are not here, some of them are actually doing classes as we are all gathered here. But the real resource of any academic institution are the mentors that are there, and they have worked so relentlessly with us. And that's not all. There's a very strong, dedicated team of administrative staff and admission staff and communication, and these are people who are behind the scenes. The faculty is what you see in front, and therefore it's easy to recognize their contribution. And yes, they do contribute, but there's a whole team behind, and they've worked tirelessly to bring this experience of AND. But above all, I think I want to thank every learner who may be here or who may not have been able to join us today, for trusting us and for taking us along on their journey, and in turn enriching ours. What is of value for me in this entire this thing is the human connection that we make. We may interact less as we move forward. We will keep finding ways of, and Chirag is very soon going to talk about how we can keep interacting more. We would love to, Jitin also mentioned about it, we would love to hear from you, what's happening in your life, till we get a more systemized way of communicating. Drop an email, drop a hi on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Nothing brings us more joy than to hear back from a learner and to see where you are. I always share this on such moments that I read this somewhere, that in most all relationships of our life, there can be an X attached to it, but a teacher is never an ex teacher. A teacher is a teacher for life. You don't say that. You can even say an ex student, but you don't say an ex teacher. That's the strength of this bond and this human connection that gets formed. And I mean it. It's not for dramatic effect that I say that each of you, whether you're a mentor or a learner or a staff member at AND, if you come in this circle once, then you're a lifelong member of this community. It may take a little while for us to build these structured ways in which we can continue to communicate. Pardon us, because we were first prioritizing getting the academics in place and then moving to other things. But we are getting there, and finally ये थोड़ा सा ऐसे दस्तूर भी बनता है कि कुछ एक advice भी दे देनी चाहिए. So I just wanted to, today I was thinking that what do I want to say today? And I just want to share something that I have learned in all these years of being a learner, not being a teacher, not being a professional, of being a learner. And what have I come to know? And this is a thought that has been resonating with me in the past 10 days as I've been working a lot with teachers in the last 10 days or so, that how important it is to be enthusiastic in life. Enthusiasm is a great value to nurture in yourself. If you're interested in something, whatever it may be, go at it at full speed, all engines firing. Embrace it with both arms, jump at it, immerse in it, become passionate about it. No, lukewarm is not good enough. Don't live a lukewarm life. So that's what I have in a nutshell for you today. And with that, I want to hand over to Chirag to talk about what we have said in many words, that, how can we strengthen this community. So over to you, Chirag. Tell us a few things that we can do to strengthen this community.
Thank you so much, Prachi. And hi, everyone. I know we're a little bit beyond our promised time, so I will keep this quick. But I've been extremely enthused to hear so many of you talk about the need to keep this community together, the need to sort of engage with each other, continue to do that. As Prachi mentioned, we have been extremely occupied all this while fine-tuning the courses themselves, the offering. But dekhte hi dekhte, almost we realize that we have a large community to nurture even beyond the course. And so thankfully for some time we have been working on putting together structured ways for all of us to stay in touch with each other. Some fine-tuning is still happening, and we invite your suggestions and inputs at any point. But first and most importantly, an alumni relations department has now been set up. I think that is probably the most structured first step that needed to be taken. Pranjay, who you've seen host this ceremony, is leading that department. He has already been in touch with you on behalf of the department, and we'll share the alumni relations department's coordinates at the end of this. So even if there is nothing else, there is that department, and you can always get in touch for anything, right? There is, of course, the student assistance department, the career services department, the course assistants, and of course the mentors who you're clearly so attached to and will always probably be in touch with. But systematically, even if you lose touch with anybody else, the alumni relations department is explicitly meant to help you out in any part of your learning journey that they can help with, and to help you stay in touch with whoever you want to stay in touch with at hand. So let me just share my screen on that note. For some reason, my computer has just started acting up 5 minutes back, and it's slowed down. I think the last couple of hours of being on Zoom with about 25 spreadsheets open on the side has caught up with it. But I hope this is visible. Yeah.
It's coming on, Chirag. It's still.
Okay.
Has it come on for somebody else? Now it is there.
Okay.
Yes, now we can see it.
Okay. I think there is a bit of a lag. I was just about to reboot my laptop, but there wasn't enough time for that. So just bear with this a little bit. So as we've said, we intend for this to be a lifelong symbiotic relationship. Jitin mentioned this, Prachi spoken about it. That is how we look at it. And we would love it if you look at it that way as well. This was just the first sort of phase of that relationship. There is a lot more to come. As I've mentioned, we are always here for you in the form of all of the different departments and people that you've been in touch with. But we also think of each one of you as an ambassador for ANDAcademy. There was, in fact, a lot of deliberation that, should we be using the term alumni? Should we be using the term ambassador? And ambassador is quite a loaded term. I mean, it has very rich origins, like 500-year-old origins. And, ambassadors would be people that rulers sent from one kingdom to another. Even in today's context, it's the topmost representative of one country to another. So it's a loaded word. And we were like, maybe there was a view that ambassadors are people who take certain actions, etc. But seeing the strength of the association and seeing and just hearing everything and everyone today has just been overwhelmingly heartwarming and reassuring. And that is why we stand by the choice of the word ambassador for each and every graduate and learner at ANDAcademy. And as with all ambassadors, the symbiotic relationship requires that we will also need your support to grow the AND brand and to keep the community alive, engaged, and benefiting from each other. So I'll come to how you can get involved, how you can engage in a minute. But if you need any, insights into why get involved, of course, to give back to the community that you got a little bit from, to nurture future designers, aspiring designers with your inputs, with your advice. You already started with that Miro activity. As Prachi said, we will show it to the next batch of learners when they come in. Staying involved in the community will help you nurture your friendships and design networks, widen your design networks, and nurture the friendships that you already have. Obviously, make new ones along the way, and leverage this already 750 plus strong and community, which is obviously going to be, close knit and happy to help each other out. And as we build the brand, the biggest beneficiaries of any educational institution or brand are always its students. So that when you step out and say that I'm from ANDAcademy, people know what you're talking about and the quality that comes with that. Now, how can you get involved? The simplest answer to that is get in touch with alumni relations. But we've also put together a structured program, the ambassador program, and a bunch of activities that you can do. And also, just to make it interesting and rewarding in an instant gratification kind of way, there are points that you earn for every activity which you can redeem for various rewards. So these are the 13 activities. I don't want to read each one out, but you can, connect with us on social media in various ways. Very importantly, as we mentioned, you can advise other aspirants who want to hear from somebody who's done this before. You can co-present in webinars. A lot of students who've gone before you have done that in a less structured way. This is now a more structured way where we're happy to have you tell us that you want to do this, and get on a video call with us to tell us more about your journey. Take over our Instagram for a day. Lots of interesting things. There is a PDF document that has been compiled. It will be in your inboxes soon if it is not already. This is what it looks like. Again, scrolling through it will probably not be a great idea given my laptop speed right now, but I will attempt it anyway very quickly. Just so you're familiar when this lands up in your inbox. These are all the different rewards you can redeem. There are levels in the program. You can become an AND ambassador and a grand ambassador, and then eventually a brand ambassador, get shout outs on social media, earn points along the way, and so on and so forth. This will be in your inbox, so I don't want to dwell on it too much. But before you do that, we'll also send a little form your way. It will be in the chat just now. This is what it looks like. It's just to tell us that you're interested in participating in the program. I've just filled out the first bit of this, so we don't have to go through it just now. But the first page just has a few details about what you're currently up to. But this is where you can tell us, which activities interest you and what you would like to engage with. We will also set up WhatsApp groups and other communication channels for all of us to talk to each other, receive information, share insights, etc. But that's what the form and that document look like. These are just some glimpses of some learners who already engaged with the program. We sent it out to some of the earlier graduates already, and a lot of them are already engaging. So clearly, you can draw on this community when you join in. You'll be able to talk to these people. They're very happy to, counsel or talk to, or just give advice to, or as one of you, I think Harshit was saying that it'll be great to be able to connect with, students from other batches, seniors, juniors, and exchange resources with each other. I think maybe it was Yash also who brought that up. So we hope to really use this platform to bring everyone together. The activities and the rewards are just, a way of keeping things going, and everyone has something to do. So it keeps the adrenaline and the enthusiasm up. And we've also, in that spirit, curated what we call a starter pack for everyone. So just 4 simple tasks: follow us on Insta, LinkedIn, YouTube, update your education section on LinkedIn, write a Google review if you can, and share a certificate on LinkedIn that will come your way as you complete your course, the award transcript, and you earn points that you can redeem for various rewards. So this is just a tangible way. We will come up with many other ways, and we'll stay in touch through the Alumni Relations Department. That's the coordinates, the email and the mobile that you should take a screenshot of for sure and save. Although we'll of course be in touch, and you'll have it in your inbox anyway. But to sort of close that, I hope that the academic team has taken fantastic care of you up to this point. We hope to continue in the same vein with, of course, the academic team heavily involved also. And we would love it no more than, or love nothing more than for you to, stay in touch, participate, engage with us, and help us nurture the next generations or future generations of aspiring designers. Thank you very much, everyone, and I will hand it over back to Pranjay.
Thank you so much, Chirag, for introducing the ambassador program that will help keep this community together for weeks and months and years to come. With that, we have come close to the end of today's commencement program. But before we wrap, I would like to invite everyone for a group photograph. So I'm just dropping a virtual background in the chat box. I would request everyone to kindly use this background and turn on your cameras so that we can have a quick group photograph of your graduation ceremony before we wrap.
Ma'am, you are on mute.
Prachi, you're on mute. You can't hear it.
Sorry. Okay, I was just giving instructions. I just wanted to say that if you don't know how to put a virtual background, then go on your stop video or video, whatever link. You'll have an upward arrow. Go on that arrow. Then you can do a choose virtual background. Choose this one. Yeah, when you go to choose virtual background, you'll also see a plus icon. Right? So click on that plus and then select this image and it'll be in your background. Okay. Last lesson from us, from the academic team. How to change your virtual background on Zoom. Everybody, let's have, and cameras on for just this, like 1 minute. Harshit, Prapti, Shreya, Charu, Kanika, everybody, can we just quickly have everybody's cameras on? Are there Yash, Mariambi?
Mariambi has a question in the chat that how does she do this on the phone? I'm not sure.
I'm also not sure, Mariambi, but maybe the same thing. Maybe if you look at the, okay, switch on your camera without the background also. It's okay. We want you in the photograph. If you can't figure it out, Vishakha, Charu, can we have you guys? Tanya?
Yeah.
Oh, you're here. Yes. There's another Charu actually. Never mind. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. So on your cue, Sanjay, you let us know when when we do the devil horns.
Sure. So on the count of 2, I'll just click a photograph. 1. So everybody just give a good smile. And here we go. Done. Thank you so much for the photograph. So yeah, on behalf of Anne, I would once again like to say a big thank you to all the learners, not just for today, but for everything you have brought to Anne during your respective courses. Congratulations once again on your achievements. As you step into the future, be bold, be innovative, and as again, stay in touch via email, WhatsApp, and the Ambassador program. May your journey ahead be filled with creativity and inspiration, and may you inspire others along the way. Thank you so much, and here's to your continued success. Farewell. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good
Thank
night.
you so much, sir.
Good night.
Bye, ma'am. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Good
Bye,
night.
everyone.
Bye. All the best.